What's happening right now in the auction business is we're seeing the old normal become a different normal. The old normal was, auctions in person. We had the new normal in the last 12 months because of COVID, where people were afraid to gather in person. So strictly it was a virtual auction. Then we start seeing people say, you know what, toward the end of the year, the first of 2021, people are saying, I want to get back together a little bit in social distance. So we're seeing it called a hybrid, a combination of virtual and in person. And now what we're doing is more and more getting in person. So we're kind of seeing, because of the vaccines, the scale going down on the of COVID cases, and kind of getting out again to restaurants and things like that. So people are booking venues somewhat spaced apart on the tables, but getting together is a very positive indicator that the summer and the fall, well, you'll see more and more people having live auction again. Now, how does that play into me? It plays into me that I can see the crowd. I can work my magic into the crowd when I'm doing an auction. When you're in the camera, I can't see them, but they can see me. And I'm looking at one item only and one winner only. And that's kind of a crazy way to do it, because when I'm in person, I can split the trips and I can make more money for the organization. But when you're doing this virtually of the ways we've done it, it's one winner that gets the highest bid. We acknowledge them, and we can't split them. What we do is put the trips in instant buy where they can buy them later. When I do it real time in person, which is what our industry is going to in the fall and next year, it just makes more money for the organization. And it's kind of back to the old normal, which will be the best normal that we can do, is having events in person again.
So are you seeing a hesitancy with organizations? Okay, maybe we'll wait to see how this is going to play out before we book the next.
Yeah, COVID's still around. There's people that are dying. There's people that are suffering tremendously. So everybody is afraid, because when you have an event, it's multiple people of different demographics and ages that are in one room. But I think, the fundraising has been a tough situation for these nonprofits, because it's been a challenge. They were making record monies before in 2019, and then 2020, it came to a stop, and they had to redefine what their goals were and how to fundraise, and we adjusted that for the virtual and online auctions. But I think, to be honest with you, I really see some people hesitant, but we're booking a lot now for 2022, and it's in person, in person, in person, in person. We're booking a lot for the fall, and it's in person, in person. I just booked one today on October 30th, and they said we're going to be 600 people in person, unless another wave comes of COVID. But right now, we're seeing the fall, we're seeing it going to be mostly in person, and in the summer will be probably a little bit of a mixed. A golf tournament's okay. You're playing golf, you're outdoors. You can have your auction inside space accordingly, or even on the patio if it's nice weather. That's a little bit different. A clay shoot's the same thing. It's a little bit outdoorsy. But when you're in a space, people are conscious of COVID, you have to be concerned of how bad it really is around the country. Now, the other thing that's going on is we're seeing international travel. We'll talk about that, but that's a big now. They're starting to open up international travel, which is selling more international trips for me, which generates more revenue for the organization.
So is there anything that you would say to, somebody who's maybe watching, who's in charge of an organization, who's not sure what to do? Is there something that you tell the organizations that you work with, here's how we can navigate this?
It really is dependent on the organization executive staff. We're not the doctor, we're not the CDC, we're not the COVID experts medically. But what we tell them to do is, we're seeing the wave of the industry of starting to loosen up a little bit. And when it loosens up a little bit, they're becoming more in person as a way of only at home on a virtual situation. But again, to be honest, we have hybrid, we have virtual, we have online, and we have in person. So we can do any adjustment, any way they want to create the event. But I'm telling you, I'm seeing more people in person as larger crowds in the fall and late summer.
With the hybrid, because it's going to be kind of in the in-between.
It's a combination, right?
It's a combination. Are you seeing a lot of success with that?
Yeah, people, they want to buy. They want to get out of the house and go travel. So the trips that I've got and the items that people have got donated in the silent auction, as you can imagine, they could bid in the comfort of their home, online, remotely. They can do that for an online auction too. So what we do with Katego is, the week of the event, they have the system, they're up and running, they can donate, they can buy raffles, they can buy silent. And then we only do the live when we do it in person. So when to answer your question, the hybrid really is online combination of a live auction when I do it, in the space that I'm doing it at. So it's really The live is me only live when I'm talking to the audience for that auction. But everything else can be done. They can do it before the auction. They can be doing it there. If they don't feel comfortable to come, they can buy everything they want to buy except for the live auction. And that could be a proxy bid. So if they say, I don't feel comfortable to come, and they want to buy a trip to wherever, then they can just say, look, I'll spend $3,000 or $4,000 is my max. Somebody else bids for them that's there. It's easy.
So to go back to what you said about the silent auction items and the Instabuy and all
Right.
that on there for several days.
Yes.
Pre-post event. Did that change? Is that something new?
No, it's been around forever and ever and ever and
Okay.
ever. We say if you're having an event on a Saturday, Tuesday's a good day, maybe Wednesday, maybe Tuesday. You go out for the registration for all the people on Tuesday or Wednesday, and two things happen. One, they've all registered. They don't have to come in and register again. Kind of cool. Skip the line. Don't even worry about it. We don't want lines at an event in person. The second thing is you're raising money. So if I'm bidding against you and we're going back and forth for this piece of jewelry or whatever, then I bid, you bid, we bid, they bid. It's all going up in money. And before you've opened the doors, you have a generation of revenue coming in. That's very positive. So A, they've registered, and B, you have money coming in the door. And that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. At 6 o'clock on Saturday night, you open the doors. You got people buying raffles. You got people buying silent. They've already looked at the trips. They're going, I want to go to Italy, or I want to go to Napa. They're already ready to go because they've lined up their friends to buy that particular trip. So when we go live, the couples in the audience, they've already seen the live trips. They've talked around who they want to go with, and they're ready to buy.
We just did something online about Katego and the mobile bidding. And,
Yeah.
I want you to touch on that for a second. Just how important having that mobile bidding option and Katego with being able to see the live stream, if that is an option, how important that is to the success.
Yeah, because if they're at home and they can't see me, they're not there, you kind of lost the impact of the event. So with the mobile, with the live stream, it's on the system. The phone has certain areas. The top is silent auction items. Below that is donate the right side. Below that is my activity. And my activity are all the items that you bought for the night. And then under my activity, you get a happy face if you're the highest bidder. And then it comes and gives you a text for a sad face if you've been outbid. So it kind of feeds you through the whole process. On the left side is the live items, and it shows you all the live items that you can bid on when we go live. And then also the top is the streaming of the actual virtual auction. That's me. So if I start at 7 o'clock the program, hypothetically, welcome, thank you're here, here's executives, here's the development people, here's the committee, here's me. Then at 7 o'clock we have the streaming live that's on your phone. So on the phone you can see me, you can see the items that you're bidding on, and you can see how much the bids are. As simple as it is. You see me doing the auction, you see the items that we're bidding on, and you see how much the bids are going for. So at home, if you want, yes, there is a latency, 6 or 7 seconds. So in the latency, we allow for that by giving a 30-second countdown backwards. So when I'm saying sold for $3,000, when I'm virtually online looking at people, I'm looking at the people in the room if it's hybrid, and I'm looking at people at home if it's strictly virtual or combination. They have a seconds of 30 seconds to say, you know what, let's buy this. So when they push the button, I can see it on my master screen, and I know that that amount was sold. So I'd count down to 0 from 30 seconds, and then sold, that's it.
Do I have anything else in this one that you want to add that I haven't asked about yet?
I think the excitement of people getting back together is very, very important. I mean, people are like cramped in their house for a year. They really are. This is entertainment. I tell people, get a good DJ, get a good band, get good music, whatever your theme is, whatever your genre is you like for the crowd. When they spend money, when they spend a lot of money, they bought a table. They're a title or a certain level of sponsorship. They bought a couple of trips. They bought the raffles. They donated money. At the end of the night, it's like 10 o'clock and we're through, or 9:30 we're through. Put on a party. People want to have fun and get out of the house. So I tell people, make it a full night. Don't just say, well, good night, had a great time, see you. They go home. No, turn it on, have the drinks flowing, and have a good time, and then let them go home. Because people are ready to spend money and have fun. Basically, that's what you want to do for a successful auction, gala, whatever you're going to do.